Hey guys, welcome back to the Academy. So today I wanted to talk about the hustle culture, or whatever you want to call it, that we're seeing a lot of these days. Our society is increasingly valuing productivity over everything else. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people could probably learn to be more productive. And I'm one of those people. I'm still teaching myself how to be more productive. However, I do feel that there's a downside to just hyper focusing on productivity, and that is quality of life. You know, I mean, if the whole point of being productive is to improve your life, then what's the point of it if you're not taking the time to enjoy your life? And so that's really what I wanted to just remind you guys of today. As the title says, stop and smell the roses. Make sure, let's say, here's what I like to do. So I like to have a system of goals and then rewards. So I'll pick, a goal of something that I need to work on, and then I'll pick a reward for myself that I can have when I achieve that goal. And so a lot of times what I end up doing is I'll create like a break time for myself as one of the rewards that I get for achieving my goal. So in my case, today I'm making this YouTube video. And so as my reward that I'm going to give myself for making the video is going for a walk outside. It's nice out, and I feel like, it's a good day to go for a walk. And I figured that would be a nice, break for myself after spending this time working on the video. So try to keep stuff like that in mind, and not even just when you're working on like specific goals, but just in general, like if you're working a 9 to 5 and you all you do is you work that 9 to 5 and you come home, you eat and you sleep. I Trust me, I know what that's like because I've been there. But you've got to figure out ways to make time for yourself. Otherwise, you're just gonna burn out, and that is not fun. But it's especially important for people who are, entrepreneurs, people who are their own boss. You're not going to have somebody who's telling you, hey, these are the hours where you need to work, and this is your break time that you get. This is your lunch time, stuff like that. If you don't have somebody setting these things for you, you got to be able to set them for yourself. So, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea from this video. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with hard work or anything like that. I just think that, we should strive for balance. And if you're going to work incredibly hard, I feel like you deserve to reward yourself with a break here and there. So try not to forget that. And as morbid as this sounds, I a lot of times I think to myself, if I were to die today, would I feel satisfied with how I spent my life? And, when I think about it, it's like, okay, if I spent all of my time here on this earth just working for goals that I died before I ever got to actually achieve, would I be satisfied with my life? No. I'd end up being like, shit, I really wish I spent some time just taking care of myself. So spend some time with your family, your friends, your pets. Go for walks, get outside, get some fresh air. And also, if you'll remember, we discussed in a previous video techniques for grounding, and that actually applies here as well. Those grounding techniques are perfect for creating breaks for yourself. They're great ways to just ease the load on your mind for even just a little bit, because sometimes it's all you need. Sometimes you just need a few minutes to just recollect your thoughts, get your shit together, so to speak, and then get back on the horse and get back to it. So yeah, that'll be all for today's video, guys. I just thought some of you could maybe benefit from hearing this. It's okay to take breaks. I promise you it is. In fact, in many cases, taking breaks here and there can actually increase your productivity. So it's nothing to be afraid of. And to all the employers out there, make sure you're giving your employees breaks, okay? They need them. It will increase productivity, I'm telling you, okay? They're human beings. They need break time. So yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. Make sure you make some time for yourself. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.